Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the London session live stream. So, just checking out the delay today. A lot better than yesterday. I'm not too sure what happened yesterday. My Wi-Fi crashed, stream crashed, and the second stream seemed to have a terrible delay. So, we've sorted that out today. Also got some feedback on the mic. I know my dogs bark and there's a lot of noise around here sometimes, so I'm gonna try and embrace it, but at the same time, let's see what we can do about possibly lessening that noise. Hope that makes a change. Okay, so just want to show you a trade I entered this morning. I generally come in and check the charts before the stream just to get an idea of what's going on, you know. So here on GJ, we've had this really strong move up from the beginning of the day. Of course, yesterday we had an extremely strong bullish candle, basically mirroring this candle here. Okay, as you can see. So when I say you should expect to see this candle mirror a candle to the left, that's exactly what I mean. And that's basically when I talk about a clean range or a clean area, clean traffic, that's what I mean. Okay, so there are these wicks here, never mind these wicks. Other than that, this right here to the left is clean traffic. Okay, there's no support and resistance within this zone here. Above this resistance, there is no area for price to really react to, and hence once we break above this resistance, you should see price just fill this range to the next resistance. Now this level over here is your weekly level, alright? As you can see, that is your weekly resistance. So we've moved up to that weekly resistance now. That will be one of our main targets for the week, so we've hit that already. We are still quite bullish here, but looking at your 4-hour, we opened and just began to drive straight down. Your previous 4-hour had no bottom wick, so this trade was taken with anticipation of driving down to basically create that bottom wick on the 4-hour. And then looking at the hourly here, you can see we are basically in this range. We've got a support down here, and this also just so happens to be the beginning of your daily candle, which has, I don't want to say it has no wick, but the wick there is pretty small, and we are now also reacting to the fact that we've tapped into that weekly area, so pretty strong rejection, and we are having now a correction of some of this move up. Okay, so we closed below support on a 30-minute right over here. We wicked up into that previous level, and as we flipped, I executed the sell, already secured half of this position, and we have now tapped into a level where we could react to. So for me, I've got stops at break even, and looks like may get hit. Okay, but anyway, starting fresh. And starting fresh here on gold. So later this morning we have PMI for the pound. Had a lot of JPY news, but JPY news never seems to be too high impact. Nothing else really. And then, of course, as we know, the only thing really coming up this week will be CPI on, sorry, I just saw this folder I didn't see earlier. That was last night, alright. Okay. So yeah, CPI on Friday. So let's have a look at this. On gold here, we had a pretty strong push down yesterday. We are now tapping into this daily support level. Okay. Your 4-hour has closed bullish. So we could be looking for buys above this resistance. Looking here on the lower time frames, we have our resistance up here. And we've got a support down here. So your higher time frame right now is bearish. Looking at the daily candle, of course. But like I say, we have tapped into the support, and the big issue here is going to be this bullish 4-hour candle. If we do break below support here and break the low of that 4-hour candle, you can still expect to see price to drive down to support here. So remember how I spoke about clean zones, clean traffic. Looking here, that is exactly what I'm talking about. This range right here is clean. There's no level really where price should react to. If we break below the support, it should be pretty smooth all the way down to support there, like a hot knife through butter. Okay, so that's our analysis here on gold. For sales, we want to close below support here. On an hourly, we have closed below support actually, so we'll just keep an eye on this, because really what we need here is a break below the 4-hour low. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, so like I said, we need a break below this 4-hour low here. If this candle drives down and breaks that low, it wouldn't be a bad idea to enter on the break of that 4-hour low. We have closed below support on in an hourly time frame, so this is looking pretty good to drive down here. You can see our previous hourly and 30 minutes had a lot of volume here on gold. Okay, so it looks like we should get a continuation down here, but like I say, you need to see a break of this previous 4-hour candle. Since we closed bullish on the previous 4-hour candle, you could see this current candle flip bullish at any point. So ideally we would like a closure below this level, but we'll monitor this as this moves down. We could have sell stops on the break of the 4-hour low. And then for bars, like I say, above this resistance will be great. Looking to target your next level of resistance here. So basically to mirror this candle here. For GJ, I already gave a slight little breakdown here. We've got our resistance up here, and we've got a support level over here, which we are expecting price to move into. We had this minor level of support, which we closed below, or you could put this level here. So expecting to see some sort of pullback today. That's what we've got already. So you're probably waiting for support here for continued bars. The previous 4 hour had no bottom wick. We've now pulled down into that area, creating that bottom wick. But I have a feeling we could pull back down a little bit further before we create a support. So if we create a support within this range, or we break back up above this resistance, we could have bars back up to resistance here. But for now, we are just waiting. You should see this candle drive down as we flip bearish. So going to probably get involved here on the flip of this candle. We'll target the support down here, and we'll move stops to break even as we tap into this level of support. Okay, so got involved right there. Entry at 165,400. Stop loss at 165,700. And our TP will be at 164,900. We'll move stops to break even as we tap into the support right here. Got a lot of nice volume this morning, especially here on GJ with this move down. Your new hourly candle wicked up quite strong, and as it flipped with the momentum, you can see how we are driving down now. So currently sitting at about 10 pips. I would like to see this 15-minute close bearish, staying below support here for us to continue down. If we do close bullish or back above support, at that point we'll probably manage this position here, closing out half, or however you would like to manage your trade. Morning Jared, how's it? So your 15-minute has closed bearish, still below support. We should still drive down here. So we did tap into this level here on a 30-minute and we rejected. We pushed back up. So we need to be careful. Your 5-minute closed a pretty not strong, but a rejection bullish candle. But 5-minute doesn't mean too much here. This could have just been the pullback for price to continue down here. Looking at like a 1-minute, you could see the structure here is still bearish. Lower low, lower high to continue down. So we've wicked up into that level of resistance and we are pushing back down now. If we break the high of this current 15-minute candle, at that point we can manage our position. Our stop here is pretty big, about 30 odd pips. $29 pips. Got enough range here to get to break even, and then, you know, possibly securing some profit here at 18 pips, letting the rest run down to the next level of support. can see the range after. This is our first target here. You can see the reactions to this level, and our final target is down here. So looking left, those areas look really nice and line up with previous levels. Jared, how's the background noise today? I bought my dog a muzzle. Nah, I'm joking. Okay, so it looks like we're having a hard time pushing down here. Momentum has slowed down a little bit in this range now. We'll give this trade a few more minutes. If we break the high of the 15 minute, we will close out some of our position. Or you can manage your trade however you would like. There's the dog. It's going crazy. Knows you're about to catch some pups, eh? Oh, Jared, fuck. Yeah, for what it's worth, your 5-minute close bearish. So, a bit more confirmation that we should drive down here. We've got 10 minutes, 8 minutes until our new 30-minute candle. So we should see some movement here. This 5-minute candle should come back down. Yeah, it's listening to me. Listen to me, boy. Yeah, we should move down now. We should fill this wick, and like I say, when we tap into support, and a secure half, move stops to break even. Gold, you had a 15-minute bullish candle, and we've now broken the high. So like I say, you got to keep in mind here that we've got this 4-hour support. We've now tapped that level, and we are driving up. Not going to execute on buys right here. I'll wait for the break above resistance. Since we closed bullish on the previous 4-hour, you know, if we break above resistance there, your new 4 hours gone bullish, and you do have pretty clean traffic to the left here. Yeah, man, let's catch these burps. Woof, woof, woof. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, I was just thinking if there were a lot of people on the stream here, I'm sure the chat would be going crazy right now. We've got 3 minutes, 2 minutes to the new 30-minute candle, so looks like we may close something like that. As long as we close bearish below support here, I will still be pretty happy with this trade, but we can expect to see a wick up on the new candle. We had a really strong wick up in the last candle. Don't think we should wick up that high, but we may still need to manage our position here. Looks like your 15-minute may close bullish. Okay, here's your new 30-minute candle. We did close bearish below support. Your 15-minute was bullish, so just need to be careful when we break, or if we do break the high of this previous candle. We had a lot of momentum earlier this morning. Like I showed you how I took advantage of this move down here, and then as we close below support, that volume continued to push down. We've closed below the support here now, so volume has started to slow. Hopefully things pick up here on this 30-minute candle. Like I say, your new 30-minute could wake up, possibly into 156.450. If we get a steeper wick up, we may move up to 165. Did I say 156? I meant 165. If we get a steeper wick up, we may wick all the way up into 165.500, because we could break this 15-minute high and still drive down. Hope you don't have to. Gold looks like we'll continue up here. We did get a bullish 30-minute closure off the 4-hour support. Waiting for a break above resistance. As we push into these wicks here, I'll move stops to break even. We had a lot of volatility at London Open yesterday, so I would really like us to get into a safer position here before 9 o'clock. If we don't, I will be closing out some of this trade, because what happened yesterday was we got involved on a sell. It wasn't gold, but we had a very strong wick up, got wicked out, and we tried again and profited off the second attempt. Broken above the 15-minute high here. Like I say, we could wick up into this area, so we'll see how price reacts to that level. If it doesn't, then we need to make a decision. Still pretty early in your 30-minute candle. Like I said, we could just be getting that top wick before driving down. Okay, looks like price is not really reacting to that level. We're going to close half here, or excuse me. So I saw the wick up. I didn't end up closing half. If we do break this candle high here now, I'll close out 90%. just got to be patient with it. At the end of the day, as long as we respect the 30-minute high, that's why our stop loss is all the way up there. Will we close above support or will we close below? Let us find out. So yeah, that doesn't look too bad. We've had a pretty strong rejection to the upside. Still want to see this 30-minute candle flip bearish. We've got 15 minutes until 9 o'clock. So I want to see price break 165.370, and we should start to fill this previous 30-minute wick. So there we go, and we should be able to manage this position now. Let's see if we push into this wick here. Here we go. Lovely. So getting ready here to close half. Things are just pretty volatile this morning. If our 15-minute candle breaks its own high, I'm going to close out full here. Because at that point, you could then probably see price fill this previous wick here. We are coming into 9 o'clock, so I just want to be careful. Okay, so closing full right here. Pretty volatile at the moment. Have to manage risk. Gold moving up nicely. Let's see how this hourly candle closes. We could still move down here on GJ, but like I say, just a very sticky situation. We've got a lot of weak rejections here. We are coming up to 9 o'clock. Your 30-minute is still valid, but your 15-minute, we were closing bullish. This candle drove down, created a low, and then came back up and broke its own high. So we could see this candle move up now. Don't want to take any chances. So gold tapped into this hourly resistance and we are respecting this resistance. So we may still drive down here, but we are in this range, so no trade range. So it looks like we will just have to wait here. Okay, so we just closed within this range, which means we will probably have to wait for 9 o'clock. And as you can see, this is why we managed our trade here. We would have been in pretty bad drawdown, so closed negative 8 pips rather than possibly hitting stops here at 30 pips. Let's remove this. Keeping in mind we are still pretty bullish on GJ. Just have to be cautious here. Your new hourly has no bottom wick here, so we just need to wait. I'm not completely convinced that GJ will continue moving back up to this high just yet. We've had a really strong move up. So I think you could still see some further continuation. That candle right there is a very strong bearish candle. So you could possibly see on the break of the low of this bullish candle, price could continue to drive further down. You can see how your hourly has pushed up here, and looks like we are possibly respecting this previous hourly level. So we'll move the support down to here. We'll just monitor GJ. If we get a nice bearish close, maybe below the support here on a 30-minute, we could potentially see a further sell-off here. So you can see pre-London we moved pretty heavily, and now just before the session opened we had some consolidation. Now that London Open has arrived, we may see a continuation of this push here. Okay, so gold is pushing up here. So right now we need to wait for 9:15 or 9:30, preferably 9:30. So I'm gonna go and make myself some coffee as we wait, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you so much for joining this morning, guys. I really appreciate the support always. Please leave a thumbs up on the video, and I'll be right back. Someone joins now and they see this price above this level, they might just think, where is this guy? We need to take bars. Well, good luck. Alright, so this 15 minute is moving up quite nicely. We do want to see a closure above this level. And then our new 15 minutes. So, like I said, going to be best to wait for a 30-minute closure here on gold. But if your new 15 minute does wick down into the support and then breaks the high, we could get an entry like that. I was looking at an entry as this 4-hour candle broke its own high. The issue is this 15 minute or new hourly candle had no bottom wick, so I didn't like that too much. But the fact that this candle has no bottom wick is probably a better or an indicator that we should wait for the 30-minute candle to close. You may get a closure above and then a wick down and then a push up, possibly something like that. Or maybe we don't get that wick at all. Alright, here we go. So your 15 minute has opened with no top wick. If we tap into support and then break the high here, we will be looking at an entry. Looking at this level to the left, it's about a 2 pip difference. So looking to probably put our buy stop above that level. It's a much safer level, and if we don't get triggered in before the 30-minute candle, then that's great too. Then we get that 30-minute candle closure above how we wanted, so let's wait and see. So I've got my entry here on MetaTrader at 1845.35 and take profit at 1848. Right now looking at a stop loss at 1843.5. We'll just see if and when we get triggered into this trade. If we do pull back steeper before getting triggered in, we may just end up waiting for a 30-minute candle closure. So yeah, GJ has created a resistance up here. Let's see how we close on a 30-minute on GJ. Free trading view. Good morning everybody just joining the stream. We do have a bar stop set here on gold for a break of the high here. Bar stop at 1845, 400. Looking at a stop loss at 1843, 500. Take profit is at 1848. I just got a notification. 1,000 people have looked at my reviews on Google. So I went to this printing shop a couple years ago and I asked the guy if he could print my CV. I was looking for a job. Yeah, it was about 4 years ago. So I went to this this printing shop, asked them to print my CV for me. Cool, I've done it on a Word document, and old guy. So this guy, he like, I don't know. I mean, you go to somewhere and ask them to print something for you, like they should print it, no questions asked. Okay, maybe if it's something ridiculous, like I don't know, child porn, and then obviously like they're not gonna print it. But I mean, it was a CV. You go to a printing shop, ask them to print a CV for you. Like, they shouldn't ask questions. This guy, he first asks me like about my CV, like he's starting to interrogate me, and then he says, no, it's the wrong format, and I'm like, dude, I just wanted you to print my CV. Anyway, I just left. I had been there before, and I knew that that old man was grumpy, so I just left, and I wrote the most horrible review. Like, I've never done anything like that. I'm not a Karen, nothing of the sort, but I just felt like I had to do something to make sure that their reputation was, yeah, like, I don't want to say ruined, but their reputation was known. The one time I had ID photos printed there, and they were meant to be in color, but they were basically like, they looked like faded photos from the 70s. What is this place called? For anyone in East London, I'm gonna let you know right now. Never go to this printing shop. Studio Bay. Yeah, that old man is really a fart. Anyway. Like, dude, just print my CV. Do your job. Stupid old man. Looks like we are about to get triggered in here. What's up, Prattles? How's it, my boy? We do have 5 minutes to the 30-minute candle closure, so... Oh, okay. Well, I got triggered in by spread here. So if I got triggered in, you may have too. We'll just have to see. Studio Bay Printing. Yo. Fuck that place. If we lose this trade, it's because of them. Suppose we are in consolidation here. We could push up even further, but looking to get in and out of this trade. So not looking to have runners here today. Could push up to 1851, 1850. I would actually love if that old man were to watch my stream. Hear me tuning him. He must come to my house. Yo, there'll be trouble. Okay, strong closure here on a 30 minutes. Little top wick, little to no top wick. Could see this new 30 minute pull back down to 1844, 970 before driving up. TP at 1848, stop loss at 1843.5. Not gonna have runners on this trade. Just want to be in and out here. You got a target of about 28 pips. Stop loss of about 19. GJ actually looking pretty good to move up here if we do break the previous candle high. Otherwise we have formed a resistance right now. But you've got your support here on an hourly. We've broken the previous hourly high. Probably best to wait for a closure above this level here. Looking on a 30-minute, your resistance is all the way up here, so definitely best to wait there. Yeah, I found my review on Studio Bay. Hey, yeah, someone gave a similar review. This shop is run by an arrogant, dishonest, and narcissist old man who is well known around town for being rude, bully towards clients, as well as his staff. Studio Bay, your review speaks 1,000 words. Great location and price, but not worth it. Very rude photographer. Photo quality was awful, completely washed out with blue tint. Yeah, same. Yeah, I really laid into them in my review. Drawdown brought to you by Studio Bay Photography. So yeah, we're getting this bottom wick on the 30-minute. So you can see that area marked up to the left where I was expecting price to wick into. Also just about tap this previous level here. So it looks pretty good to move up right now. Looking on your lower time frames here, this looks pretty solid to begin to push up. If we do break this this wick now, that is a area where we can manage risk. The issue with this was we did not really have a suitable area to place our stop loss, because under this 15-minute would be the most logical, but it's not the safest. As you can see, this 30-minute has pushed down quite a bit. We didn't break that low, but we could break that low. We could tap into this level here and then drive up. But let's see. As long as we are closing above this level on a 15-minute, okay, so just had to test the size of you guys' balls there. We did break that 15-minute low, which I discussed. I was looking at closing a little bit of the position there, but I wanted to give this trade a chance here. You can see we are creating some sort of support now. your 15-minute candle is about to close. We are below this area, so not liking this too much. There we go, 15-minute candle closed. Let's see if we can push up here. Okay, well, if we break this previous 15-minute low, then it's pretty much over. So if we break that low, we should probably close full. Our stop is about 4 pips away. Tapping into that level, so make or break here. Looks like we're about to hit stop loss. Yep, there we go. So negative 18 pips here. If we do close back in this range, then you'll be looking at a fake out with the current momentum being bearish. This doesn't look too bad. So we will wait for 10 o'clock here. In hindsight, I guess the hourly candle was giving us that warning of a possible fake out. With no bottom wick there, we should have been more cautious with buys above this level. I did say we could close above. You knew 30-minute could drive down and form that bottom wick. Aware, no. Nah, no bars. No bars. Waiting for the hourly candle closure. If we close back in this range, we could be looking at a fake out. GJ looks like it's getting ready to move up here. Do I buy? Do I sell? Nah, you wait. Wait. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that could work. Got 3.5 minutes. What's up? Okay, so yeah, looking at GJ, maybe that was your pullback, and we could possibly get a continuation up higher today. So just waiting for the hourly candle closure, but looking to possibly execute. If we close a strong bullish candle, we'll probably execute on the candle closure. Something we don't normally do. But let's try it out. GJ seems to sometimes just move. Yesterday in New York. This. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. When I zoomed out like this, I saw this. Yep. 100%. Oh. Yeah, this as well. Oh, that. Yeah. Yeah, it does. So gold here looks like we're gonna have a fake out. So next candle we're waiting for a wick up to sell on the break of the low. I know I said this is a no trade range, but now we've got this fake out setup moving with momentum to the downside, so we should see price push back down to support here. Looking to execute on GJ as the hourly candle closes. So just like that. Stop loss below the previous 30-minute wick at 165.50. 520. Then in terms of targets here, you are in this clean area here, so we'll be looking to have targets moving all the way to 167. Big target here, so want to maybe give this a little bit more space, put it below the hourly candle. $4.40. Okay, gold is looking perfect for our sell stop right now below the previous hourly candle here at 1841, 830. And then for gold, you know, since we are bearish, if we do get a push down here, we should push into support if we break these lows. Just gotta wait and see where this wick forms to establish where our stop loss will be. GJ moving up nicely. So we're moving up pretty strong on GJ, getting ready to close half as we tap into that resistance. Okay, closing half right here. At 28 pips. Your hourly candle has no bottom wick. Unfortunately, you could see this drive back down and form that bottom wick, but what we'll have to do right now to limit Risk is move stops to break even. Looks like a fake out of a fake out. Fake outs on fake outs on some more fake outs. As long as we respect this previous 30-minute candle, you should still see price drive down here, but we've had a pretty strong push up. Yeah, that last 5 minute on GJ was a beast. So, something I've seen a lot lately, 30 pips. Something I've seen a lot lately, it happened yesterday on, where was it? Yeah, this candle, this 15-minute candle and 30-minute candle closure closed with bearish, bullish confirmation. I'm not going to go into detail, but there was a lot of confluence here. As that 30-minute closed, you saw price just rocket up, no wick formed. So generally, I've been waiting for wicks to form, and 8 out of 10 times you do want to wait for that wick to form. But at the same time, when there's enough confirmation, in an instance like this, very much similar to yesterday here on this 30 minutes, so basically yeah, I'm not going to do the full breakdown, but that candle closure was basically there was a fake out of this level here, closed back in the range, we started to push up, drove back down, tapped into this support, here we go, yeah, this support here, tapped into support, close bullish, and you saw price just rocket up. So you need to know when to execute on those moves and when not to. It is tricky, it takes some time to learn, and I'm also still learning from my mistakes and as the market changes. You really have to stay on top of how the market is moving. It does change from time to time, and there will be periods of time where your strategy is slightly less successful. So admittedly, the past 2 weeks have not been the best here on stream. We had some really great weeks in the beginning, and then yeah, last week was pretty much a write-off from the get-go, with a lot of high impact news and bank holidays. We still traded, we did not trade on Tuesday I think it was, and Thursday we took no trades. Ended up about break even for the week. Sometimes I think of scrapping this record, but we'll stick with it, and we will persevere and get better day by day. Took a sell on GJ at 850. The original stop was about 30 pips, and we closed full at -10. Twenty pip stop, and we took the full stop, unfortunately. Stop loss on GJ was originally below the... I did say it would be safer below the hourly candle, so 28 pips. And we secured half at 28 pips. So a bit of back and forth this week. Going to have to put in some extra discipline here to make things right. Had a pretty strong push up, so looking to get involved on the break of the low. We have tapped into that resistance now. No bottom wick on this current candle. Your previous candle was very bearish, and we had a fake out of this level over here. I've got my sell stop at 1842. Your broker may be slightly different. So you need to just account for spread here, so you don't get triggered in prematurely. In fact, I'm probably going to put mine at 1841.95. Stop loss here at 1846. So a pretty big stop. You definitely want to lower risk here, 40 pips. GJ is moving down a little bit here, but we are just holding what we have left. keep in mind you've got Asian session close volume about to come in the next 20 minutes or so. So if we get a flip of this 30-minute candle, you should see a nice drive down in the next 30 minutes. So yeah, in gold, on a 5-minute you may look at this as a double top and think, oh, let's sell now. But the issue is we are above this level. And as you can see, we've had a tap into that level and a reaction. So obviously it's going to be much safer to wait for a break of the low here. So earlier on I said fake outs on fake outs, so it's as if we closed above this level, closed back in, which was a fake out, and now because we closed within this level, we've closed back out. So we're just going to move with the higher time frame structure here. We are bearish. Your daily candle yesterday was bearish. And the fact that we had a strong bearish close on the previous 30-minute, and now we've got no bottom wick on this 30-minute, there's a high probability that if we do flip bearish, we should drive down. You may be looking at the 15-minute bullish close, and I am too. If we break the high, we should probably move up to 1848, our initial target from the bars. But right now there's not enough confirmation for me to get involved on a bar here. See, sometimes price will give you different signals. So just imagine you had 100 indicators in on top of that, and all of those were also giving you different signals. Those are the only indicators I've ever used. And funnily enough, here on a 15-minute, they are telling us to buy, but on a 30-minute, to sell. Hourly, pretty bearish. 4 hour, yeah. Let's see on GJ. So yeah, GJ, we've had a pretty strong push down. We're about to close on a 30-minute. You could see price pull down, get the bottom wick for the hourly, and then drive up and fill this wick. Pretty strong push down. Not going to get involved in anything more here on GJ. Ooh, let's go. Looking at a 15-minute, we closed bearish. Not extremely strong, but a lot of confluence for sells here. So looking to move this sell stop to the break of the 15-minute low at 1843.4. And then we can have stops above this candle here, 1846.6. So stop at 1843.35. Looks like we may survive this pullback here on GJ. All we can really do now is hold thumbs. So we've narrowed our stop loss down here in this trade to about 32 pips. Got a sell stop in at 1843, 350. Stop loss at 1846, 600. Looking to move stop loss to break even as the hourly candle flips. We should see some movement at that point, or possibly as we break the previous hourly low. So yeah, you could see gold move up here. If we do break the previous hourly high, of course these sell stops will be deleted. Keep in mind this trade is not triggered yet. This is just a sell stop, which we are probably about to delete as we break these highs. Yep. Probably going to move up into our initial targets for bars at 1848. Sell stops deleted. looks like we'll probably stick within this consolidation for the remainder of the week until possibly Friday, unless we form a resistance around about here at 1849, and then you've got pretty much clean traffic back down to 1839. And if we move back down there and close below support, you should see us move down to 1829, 1830. So we should see some consolidation as we tap into 1849 before pre-New York volume, and then New York will decide which way we move, either push back down to support or move up to your next resistance. Bit of a tricky area here, so you do have clean candles up to this level here, which is about 20 pips. Then you got to be careful of this level as well at 1854. But for sells, if you can get a nice confirmation candle on this area, or let's say you, like I say, you should probably see some consolidation. So you should probably see a support formed, and then, you know, once that support is broken, you should see something like that. So like I say, volume should slow down now as we tap into this level and move into a lower volume time. And then once you create a support at this level, if we break that support, we should move down to support, the next support. Looks like GJ may push lower and create that hourly bottom wick. We'd be a lot safer if we were closing above resistance, but if we close like this, you could expect a new hourly to pull back and tap into support here before possibly driving up. Probably not going to sit through the entire move here on GJ. Like I say, we are coming into a lower volume time. We've secured 28 pips on this trade already. So just going to leave the rest to run, looking to secure a little bit more as we move into 1866,500. And our final target is at 1867. Okay guys, so gonna call it a day here. This move is probably gonna take a while to play out unless we hit break even, which we might do. Whoa. Yeah, okay, anyway. Cheers guys, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow.